Good evening. Please be seated. I'm Sandra Barber, and I'm chair of the Board of Trustees at Northwest State Community College. And on behalf of all of my fellow trustees, I welcome you to the 2024 Fall Commencement Ceremony. Our thanks to Mr. Steve Raymond for serving as our Grand Marshal this evening. Mr. Raymond has served as a faculty member for 8 years in the area of STEM and industrial technologies. He also taught in custom training solutions and will be retiring at the end of this month. Thank you, Steve, for your dedicated service to Northwest State. I would now ask that all veterans and active members of our armed services please stand to be recognized. We thank you for your service. Will the audience please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Oh, you did. I would now like to introduce the 8th president of Northwest State Community College, Dr. Todd Hernandez.
Thank you, Chair Barber. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce to you today the members of the stage party. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. First, let me recognize the Northwest State Community College Board of Trustees. Chair Sandra Barber, whom you've just met, represents Fulton County. Also representing Fulton County is Vice Chair Katrina DeGroff. Representing Defiance County is Second Vice Chair Mickey Schwarzbeck. Sorry about that, Mickey. And John Breidenbaugh. Representing Henry County is Joel Miller and John Poulsen. Representing Paulding County is Lisa McClure. On behalf of Williams County is Jeffrey Erb, and representing Van Wert County is Scott Mall. Also in attendance today, we have the college administration. I ask that you stand to be recognized. Next, I would like to recognize the heart and soul of this institution, the faculty and staff. They provide transformational learning environments as well as care and support for our students. Please stand and be recognized. We would also like to thank Ms. Summer Strauser, who is serving as junior marshal this evening. No one completes a college degree alone. For every graduate here today, there are supporting family and friends who help our students overcome incredible barriers to reach their educational goal. Graduates, I offer you this opportunity to rise and applaud the family, members, and friends who have helped you on your journey. You may be seated. I was waiting to see if you're going to do it on your own. To our graduates, on behalf of a very grateful Northwest State Community College, I commend you for your dedication and persistence that have led to this remarkable achievement. You balanced work, family, and other obligations in order to complete your education. To our community, Northwest State provides a safe place where our students' hopes and dreams lead to a better life. We know that the that the degrees and certificates earned today represent far more than educational milestones. A Northwest State education helps our students reach other goals, including family-sustaining wages. The reason we call today's ceremony a commencement is because it marks the beginning of a new chapter in our students' lives, one filled with hope and potential. We remain resolute in our mission to serve by providing access to excellent and affordable education, training, and services that will improve the lives of individuals and strengthen communities. Student by student, family by family, community by community, we will help Northwest Ohio maintain its high quality of life and remain a great place to live and work. Next, the Northwest State Community College Commencement Committee, based upon the recommendation of the college faculty, is pleased to present the President's Outstanding Student Award for the fall graduates of the 2024-2025 academic year. Devin Franklin was born and raised in Bryan, Ohio, where he attended Fountain City Christian School from kindergarten to 10th grade. He was then homeschooled in his junior and senior years of high school. Devin started attending Northwest State through College Credit Plus in his junior year of high school and has been taking college classes for 4.5 years. Devin is currently graduating with his associate's degree in business management, which is his second degree from Northwest State, already earning an associate in marketing last semester. Devin is a member of both Phi Theta Kappa and Kappa Beta Delta Honor Society. After graduation, he intends to look for opportunities within the business field. In response to receiving this award, Devin wrote he would like to thank Northwest State and its faculty and staff for providing him with an excellent academic career and selecting him to receive this award. It is with great pleasure that we present the President's Outstanding Student Award to Devin Franklin. Please welcome Vice President for Enrollment Management and Student Affairs, Cassie Rickenberg, who will provide us with a snapshot of the graduating class.
I would like to extend my congratulations to the graduates. Today, your family, friends, and college community have gathered to celebrate your achievements with you. Who makes up the class of fall of 2024? The class has 80 graduates. 78% of the graduating class lives in the 6-county area of Defiance, Fulton, Henry, Paulding, Van Wert, and Williams counties. The average age of the class is 27. Several graduates are members of honor societies. There are 8 graduates who are members of Pi Theta Kappa, 5 are members of Alpha Delta Nu, and 1 who is Kappa Beta Delta. The grade point average of the class is 3.22. This evening, a total of 87 awards, 54 associate's degrees, and 33 certificates will be awarded to our 80 graduates. Degrees and certificates will be awarded to 6 graduates in arts and sciences, 19 graduates in business and public services, 36 graduates in STEM and industrial technologies, and 26 graduates in nursing and allied health. It is now my honor to introduce our commencement speaker, Amy Walkup. Amy is an accomplished business leader with over 30 years of experience working in the Goodwill Industries Network since 1991. Through years of leadership responsibility within the organization, Amy was named President CEO in November 2016. To strengthen her organization and the community of Northwest Ohio, her focus has been on collaboration, board relations, community engagement, and growth. During her tenure as CEO, the Northwest Ohio Goodwill has seen exponential growth in people served, territory utilization, and financial sustainability. Amy has presented on the subjects of strategic planning, rebranding a Goodwill, and how to develop a foundation. She has presented her organization reentry programs to the Supreme Court of Ohio, and most recently has served as chairperson for the Ohio Association of Goodwill Industries, and is a member of the board of directors for Goodwill Industries International. She is committed to bringing attention and awareness of Goodwill's mission to the public and teaching supporters the meaning and mission of Goodwill beyond the stores. Amy received her bachelor's from the University of Toledo, completed the executive development program through Goodwill Industries International, and is a certified executive. Amy was born and raised in Toledo, Ohio, and has 2 children, a son, Jax, who is a member of the Toledo Police Department, and a daughter, Mackenzie, who is an environmental engineer. Welcome to the podium, Amy Walkup.
Good evening. Thank you, President Hernandez, Board of Trustees, faculty, and friends. I would also like to thank the young ladies who helped me with my cap in the restroom before we walked. Graduating class of 2024, tonight is your night. It is my honor to stand in front of you today of all days. Today is the first day of the next chapter of your life. I am humbled to share my story, share my struggles, and hopefully give you words of wisdom and encouragement as you embark on your journey. I use the word wisdom intentionally. I am not a scholar. I've never claimed to be the brightest or smartest in the room. In fact, my story is filled with failures, challenges, and struggles that left me doubting myself to the point of complacency. My self-esteem has been at all-time lows, and still today, at this very moment, I am scared. But I and we must keep moving forward in spite of the challenges that we face. I failed out of a 4-year university. My parents gave me a choice, either move out and get a job or attend a 2-year college. Although I had been working since I was 14, I did not feel prepared to enter the workforce full-time. I had no idea what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. I didn't know where I belonged. By the way, what an amazing slogan you have here at Northwest State. You belong here. You belong here at Northwest State Community College. I attended the 2-year college, thrived with the personal learning, and graduated with honors. The care and commitment shown to me by my teachers was something I had never experienced before. I know you received that same care, understanding, and acceptance here at Northwest State. While in school, I started with Goodwill as a part-time head cashier in Toledo and knew immediately this is where I belonged. I finally knew what I wanted to do with my life. I wanted to become the CEO of this amazing organization. I was 22 years old. I, like countless others, thought Goodwill was a place to shop, a place to donate. I had no idea, although shopping and donating at Goodwill is critical to its survival, that its mission to our community is to help people just like me find a career. Since 1902, Goodwill has been transforming lives through the power of work, helping people overcome barriers to employment, whatever that barrier may be. That is Goodwill's purpose. But what is the power of work? It means something different to everyone. Of course, we work for an income, but the true power of work comes from the pride of a job well done, the dignity of contributing in your community, the feeling of purpose, belonging, and engagement. Goodwill's motto includes not charity but a chance, not a hand out but a hand up. In 1941, Goodwill's founder is quoted as saying, "Be dissatisfied with your work until every person in your community has an opportunity to develop to their fullest usefulness and enjoy a maximum of abundant living." Hard work, commitment, and the constant strive to learn more propelled me through the organization, and in 2012, I became the first Chief Operating Officer. Along the way, I had great challenges, especially with my colleagues who had more years' experience, had advanced degrees, and were frankly older. I held the position of Vice President of Finance, and I received a gift for the promotion from the finance manager, a book. It was entitled Finance for Dummies. I was humiliated. However, one of my most satisfying days was the day as the finance manager was packing his box. I returned the book to him with a thank you and a smile. In 2013, my then CEO wanted me to enroll in the Executive Development Program with Goodwill Industries International. I had every qualification necessary for the program except for one, a bachelor's degree. At that time, I simply gave up. I knew I couldn't go back to school. I knew I would fail. I knew I would never reach my life's goals. Regardless, I applied to the program in spite of not having the necessary education, and I was shocked when my application was accepted. I thought my hard work spoke for itself. I flew to New Orleans and went through the 8-hour interview process. I was feeling so good about my chances, and my confidence was riding high. My CEO came into my office, sat down, hung his head, and said, "Amy, you are the only applicant who did not get into the program because of your education." I immediately felt as though I was that 20-year-old again who failed out of school, who didn't know what she was going to do, who did not feel good enough. That my then 11-year-old daughter caught me crying and said, "Mom, trust the process, go back to school." Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, quote, "You don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step." I took that step and enrolled back to school, which led to the next step of graduating, which led to the next step of completing the executive development program with Goodwill Industries International, which led to the step of today, President and CEO of Goodwill Industries of Northwest Ohio and current board member for Goodwill Industries International. My dream in 2016 had finally come true after 25 years, and I was absolutely scared to death. The fear of failure was paralyzing. Carrie Fisher famously said, "Stay afraid and do it anyway." For a quarter of a century, I had been working for this moment. For my entire adult life, I had been preparing for this opportunity, and I was terrified. But the voice kept saying, "Do it anyway." What if I let my kids down? What if I let my colleagues down? What if I let my board of directors down? What if I let down the thousands of people that we serve? Do it anyway. I had a board member notice my hesitancy to take risks, my caution to execute, my fear of failure. She looked at me and said, "Amy, it is okay to fail, just fail fast." That very moment, I felt the brick come off my chest. I felt lighter, empowered, I felt brave. Life is filled with failures. Embrace them, just fail fast. Learn from your failures. They will be the foundation of all your success. I never knew what I was capable of until, frankly, I did fail. During a very dark time in my journey, my dad said two of the most impactful words I will ever hear. Those words are, "Keep going." My journey is in its 3rd decade. Next year, I am celebrating 34 years with Goodwill. I, like so many others from my generation, are at the point where we begin to look to the next generation to carry on our legacies. We are looking to all of you. There are so many things in the workplace that are different from the workplace in the 80s and the 90s. Please do not get me started on pagers versus cell phones, instructions on a typewriter versus a computer, the advancement of technologies, AI, which was not used in the writing of this speech. The list is absolutely endless. Although things change in our everyday faster than anyone thought possible, one thing remains the same: learning. Today we learn in a variety of ways: simulations, virtual classrooms, online. I call myself a lifelong learner, and I encourage you to do the same as you advance through your journey. Never stop asking questions, admitting when you don't know the answer, or being vulnerable when wanting to learn more. I had the pleasure of touring your beautiful campus on several occasions, and I have never felt more at home than on this campus. The care and intentionality of the courses, the structure of the simulated environments, and the passion from your instructors was truly awe-inspiring. I was so impressed, I brought another group to take the same tour. I toured engineering and industrial technologies and the healthcare program, and I feel very confident when I say, you are all ready. all of you sitting here today, has the power of work inside of you. My life lessons that I am honored to pass along. Life will test you. Keep going. Your story will have failures. Embrace them and keep going. If you want it, go for it. Just keep going. You will always have the capacity to learn more. Keep going. You will want to quit. Believe me, you will want to quit. Don't. Just keep going. This is my favorite. People will doubt you. Let them, and keep going. You all should be so proud of yourselves. Look around you at your support system. Celebrating your amazing accomplishments. Thank you for allowing me to share some of my lessons with you today. Please embrace the joy of today, embrace the challenges that you will face, embrace the learning that each day will offer to you, and always keep going. Congratulations, class of 2024.
Thank you, Amy, for your inspiring remarks.
Thank you.
From the heart.
Thank you.
We have a small plaque.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening. I'm Dr. Lana Snyder, Vice President for Academics, and I'm pleased to announce that the class address will be given by Nathan Morgan. Nathan Morgan is from Defiance, Ohio, and started taking classes at Northwest State in 2022 after graduating from Defiance High School. He's a recipient of the Presidential Scholarship, participating in volunteer work outside of his class and his occupation at Reedy's Car Wash. Nathan finds joy in being able to serve others, especially those in need. Through his studies during high school and Northwest State, Nathan has found a passion for the field of psychology, wishing to one day serve others with care and compassion. After graduating from Northwest State with an Associate of Science degree, Nathan is transferring to The Ohio State University in hopes of obtaining a Bachelor's of Science degree in psychology, with the ultimate goal of receiving a master's degree to become a mental health counselor. Please join me in welcoming Nathan Morgan to the stage.
Good evening, faculty, family and friends, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2024. Today is a day of celebration, a moment to recognize years of hard work and effort, late nights, and what seemed like endless deadlines. But as we sit here in our caps and gowns, reflecting on all the hours spent in libraries, classrooms, or labs, I want to focus on lessons learned outside of the confines of academics. Because if there's one thing I've come to understand, it's this. What defines us is not just what we know, but how we choose to see the world, and how we embrace the perspectives of others. As Kendrick Lamar has put it before, as I get a little older, I realize life is perspective, and my perspective may differ from yours. Now, let me first tell a quick story, and it was a conversation I had during my first year here, and it changed the way that I see life. It was with somebody that I did not know well at all, simply a mutual classmate, and we were from completely different worlds. Our upbringings, our beliefs, even the way we approached life was completely different. At first, I found myself defensive. I didn't understand the perspective, and honestly, I didn't really want to. But as we continued our conversation, something changed. I stopped simply waiting for my turn to speak and started actually listening to what they had to say. Not to simply respond, but to understand. That conversation didn't make us agree, and it definitely didn't erase our differences, but it taught me something far more valuable. Every person has a story and a lens through which we see the world, and when we're willing to look through other people's lenses, even for a moment, we can have a better understanding of the world around us, one that's more rich and complex than the one that we usually imagine. I'm sure everyone has had a moment somewhat similar, whether it be disagreements with group mates on a big project, or an offhand conversation that seemed to linger with you for a few days or weeks. These moments didn't come with grades or other academic incentives, but they teach us to listen, to empathize, and to appreciate the beauty of seeing the world through somebody else's eyes. Of course, understanding other perspectives is not always easy. In fact, it can be downright uncomfortable. Think about the times when we were challenged to rethink our assumptions, whether it was a discussion that pushed our boundaries, an encounter that exposed some of our blind spots, or an experience that forced us to step outside of our comfort zones. Those moments were not easy, let me tell you, but I feel that they were necessary. Growth doesn't happen when we are comfortable. It happens when we are willing to sit with the discomfort of not having all the answers, of realizing we might be wrong, or of confronting something unfamiliar. Yet, despite our differences, there's something that unites all of us, and that's our humanity. We share something fundamental. Think back to the times when we supported one another, when you rallied around a friend who was struggling, when we celebrated each other's successes like today. These moments remind us that we might not be so different in ways after all. There have been many times while walking these halls that I've noticed individuals engaging in sometimes loud debate, disagreements, and differing perspectives on issues around us. But along with this, there was always laughter, understanding, and connection. These interactions serve as a reminder that diversity of opinion and worldviews is not a barrier, it's a bridge. That's the beauty of our time here. In a way, you could say that we all are different, an individual notes in a song. Each note is meaningful by itself, but when combined, it creates something much greater, deeper, and more meaningful because of its diversity. This was a fundamental lesson for me here. Our differences don't divide us, but instead harmonize with one another to create something great. As we prepare to leave this chapter behind, the world seems more divided than before. Everywhere we look, it seems that there are walls trying to be built, walls of misunderstanding, of judgment, of fear. But we have a choice. We can choose to build bridges instead of walls. We can choose to be the ones who listen more instead of simply hearing, who seek to understand rather than to judge, and value connection over division. Because the truth is, we have enough yes men running around. The world doesn't need more people who agree on everything. It needs people who are willing to embrace differences, to find common ground, and to create spaces where every voice can be heard. So, class of 2024, here's my challenge to you. Carry lessons you learned with you. Remember the conversations that changed your perspective, the moments of discomfort that helped you grow, and the connections that reminded you of our shared humanity. Let these moments guide you. Be the person who listens, who asks questions, and who sees the value in every story, no matter how different it may be from your own. Let us not just tolerate differences, but celebrate them. Finally, as we walk across the stage and into the next chapter of our lives, let's not just aim to succeed, let's aim to make a difference. Because if there's one thing that I've come to understand, it's that the impact we have on others is one of the greatest impacts one can have. Thank you, and congratulations on this milestone in your lives. Here's to the next chapter.
Nathan, we're so pleased to have been a part of your journey. Thank you very much for your remarks, and we have a small gift. As Vice President for Academics, it is my honor to present the candidates for graduation. Candidates, please stand. I now ask our faculty to please rise, turn, and face our students. President Hernandez, upon recommendation of the faculty and in concurrence with the academic deans, I'm pleased to present to you the students who have fulfilled the requirements for their certificates and degrees, which include the Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, Associate of Applied Business, Associates of Applied Science, and the Associate of Technical Studies.
Vice President Snyder, I commend you and your faculty for the outstanding job you have done in preparing our students for this moment, and I wholeheartedly agree with your recommendation. Graduates, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I award to you the Northwest State Community College degree and/or certificate, together with all the rights, privileges, honors, and responsibilities therein. You may now be seated.
Each year, several graduates are selected by the division faculty and deans to receive the Award of Merit in recognition of outstanding achievement in their program of study. These students are noted in the program and will be honored with their Award of Merit medallion during the distribution of diplomas. Would the first group of graduates please proceed to the stage? Ms. Kayla Miller will be serving as our orator tonight. Our division deans will be distributing diplomas with the assistance of our registrar, Connie Klingshirn.
Presenting the Division of Arts and Sciences, Dean Jamila Jones. Nathan Michael Morgan, cum laude. Ashley Logan Beck. Nikki Renee Meadows. Presenting the Division of Business and Public Services, Dean Jason Rickenberg. Devin Robert Franklin, Award of Merit, summa cum laude, Kappa Beta Delta, and Phi Theta Kappa. Phyllis Jean Wilcox, Award of Merit, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Luke Allen Kingsbury, cum laude, and Phi Theta Kappa. Gavin Thomas Coopersmith. Nicole Marie Miller, cum laude. Dustin Scott Mosier, Sr. Mark Anthony Sanchez. Abigail Marie Sanchez. Sierra Marie Schultheis. Emma Schuherk, summa cum laude. Michaela Nicole Summers. Brian Patrick Tussing, cum laude. Presenting the Division of Nursing and Allied Health, Dean Dr. Tiffany Ludwig. Kara Heyman, Award of Merit. Suzanne Burt McBride, Award of Merit, Alpha Delta Nu. Gracie Ellen Bingman. Katie Berghart. Brooklyn Paige Dye, Alpha Delta Nu. Rachel Fonseca. Audrey Morgan Henning, Phi Theta Kappa. Ashley Fern Lane. Carly Lynn Luderman. Dylan James Matthews. Brandy N. Mitchum. Megan Elise Nas, cum laude, Alpha Delta Nu. Jaylee Ray Nuveman, cum laude. Leanne K. Pennell. Tegan Marie Slay, Award of Merit, Alpha Delta Nu. Sierra Lynn Stuber. Hannah Grace Watchman, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa, Alpha Delta Nu. Fran Lamantia. Bryce Webster, Phi Theta Kappa. Amy Lynn Woten, Award of Merit, cum laude. Alexia June Wickerham, cum laude. Madison Ray Wilson. Presenting the Division of STEM and Industrial Technologies, Dean Dr. Franklin Roberts. Stephen Gale Baker, Award of Merit, cum laude. Kevin Michael Columbus, Award of Merit, summa cum laude. David Allen Fetterman. Ryan Allen Jones, magna cum laude. Curtis James Lucht. Dalton Palmer.
Congratulations, graduates. Would everyone please join me in one final round of applause for this group? To symbolize this moment, we will now turn the tassel. I ask you to please stand, and as one, move your tassel from the right side to the left. Way to go. You may now be seated. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Albert Lewis, Jr., who will be recognizing our recipients who were chosen for emeritus status.
Good evening. At dinner earlier this evening, the Board of Trustees honored two individuals that were awarded emeritus status. Emeritus status is an honorary title awarded for distinguished service to the college. The Board of Trustees bestows this title on faculty members, administrators, staff, or trustees who have retired from Northwest State Community College and who have served the college community profession with distinction. This evening, we honored Dr. Melissa Faber and Dr. Larry Zachrich. Dr. Faber served as a psychology faculty member in the Division of Arts and Sciences for over 25 years. During her teaching career, substantial changes occurred in higher education. Dr. Faber was a leader in the use of evidence-based practices in the classroom to improve student outcomes and seek better ways to reach learners, which led to her serving as a mentor to new full-time and part-time faculty. In service to the college, Melissa served on numerous standing and ad hoc committees, the reaccreditation of the college by the Higher Learning Commission, and multiple transfer initiative committees across the state. Most recently, Dr. Faber chaired the assessment committee and helped organize cycles for institutional program, and course level assessment. Students have expressed gratitude for her pedagogy and compassion, as evidenced by her winning the 2019 Distinguished Faculty Award. Her nominators for the Emeritus Award said this about her. During her tenure at NSCC, Dr. Faber made it her mission to provide learners with a quality education through evidence-based practices and continuous improvements. She gave of herself freely to meet the needs of the college and her students. Let's congratulate Dr. Faber. Dr. Larry Zachrich served the college for over 4 decades. He held positions of faculty, dean, agency coordinator. Dr. Zachrich served on several higher learning commission peer review teams and was active in governance committees. He secured accreditation for the college's business programs through the Accreditation Council for Business Schools and Programs. Dr. Zachrich most recently managed the IBEW and Ironworkers Training Centers, creating technical courses and degree pathways for their apprentices. In his time at the college, he mentored faculty and administrators and introduced innovative initiatives, including department certificates and credit for prior learning. His nominators said this about him. For over 4 decades, Dr. Zachrich has been an integral part of the Northwest State Community College family. His unwavering commitment to student success and his innovative leadership have left an enduring legacy on our institution. Let's give Dr. Zachrich a hand. It is an honor to recognize Dr. Melissa Faber and Dr. Larry Zachrich in receiving the Emeritus Award. Let's give them a round of applause. I would now like to bring Dr. Todd Hernandez back to the podium.
We're almost done. We thank each of you for helping us celebrate our graduates this evening. Immediately following the ceremony, you are invited to the reception hosted in the atrium. We ask that guests remain seated until the graduates, faculty, and stage parties recess.
As chair of the Board of Trustees of Northwest State Community College, I now declare the fall 2024 commencement at an end.